Welcome back, everybody! So I've thought some things over, and, well, I've come up with the conclusion that I have honestly no clue what the answer to this could be. Or if I'm even on the right evidence testimony in the first place. Who knows? I mean, she was in the murder of Mr. You know, I mean, look at this stuff. This is crazy. I don't know what's going on. But regardless, though, I mean, I think it's one of these two because these were the new testimonies. But I'm kind of leaning towards this one more specifically. And I'm thinking maybe presenting the IS-7 incident file because, well, it's like, okay, we already have ample evidence for both the IS-7 incident and today's poison gas incident. Well, do we really have ample evidence? I mean, think about it like this, because, I mean, it says right here, I mean, we had this thing happen, too. After his own confession, he was convicted as an accomplice of the murder. Why was that changed? Because there was something changed with that, if I remember correctly. And there's also this note here, because the victim's body vanished, there appears to be no autopsy report. Is that the true reason? I don't know, asking questions, of course, you know. Questions! You can't have questions up if there's ample evidence. Right? Right? I was thinking some other things, too. Let me see, where were they exactly? There's also the finger marks. That's another thing, too, that I was thinking of, maybe. I don't know if there's anything else other than that. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Rock salt lamp, the family photo, it's like, yeah, I don't get it. I don't entirely get it, actually. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and present this, as I said, and hopefully it's right, please. No! This is terrible! Judge Courtney, there is a contradiction in your testimony. I cannot authorize this statement. And why not? Because it's obvious you're bluffing. Is that the impression I give off? Next time, for sure, I will present evidence that will silence her for good. We already have ample evidence for both the IS-7 incident and today's poison gas incident. Alrighty then, well then. I'm not sure anymore. The frame finger marks? I mean, we still don't really know what that one's all about. Judge Courtney, could you take a look at this piece of evidence? I'm afraid I cannot accept that piece of evidence. I do not believe it has any relation to my testimony. No. As I expected, she's nothing like Mr. DeBest. However, I won't back down so easily. Oh, great. Here we go again. Ah, jeez. Alright, what's another one I could present? Was there another one I could present? The photo? No? Okay. That's cool. Judge Courtney, look at this photo. Do you remember this? How Mr. Gustavia took it out of Dover's room to make it look like he wasn't suspicious. Well, now there's a reason to believe that he really did do it. Gosh dang it all. I mean, I looked over all this stuff, so it's not like I was like, ugh. I looked at it all, and I'm like, I can't figure this out. I literally cannot figure this out. Photo of the murder weapon to the IS-7 and Dover's blood. Okay, I mean, I still don't really understand that one either. Contains the recipe of the drug that will cure the taste disorder. Wait. It still doesn't say anything about cure. It says nothing about the poison gas, though. Why would there even be a thing about poison gas in here anyway? You know what? Just for no reason, I'm going to present this. Oh, okay, I didn't think so. Is this not the right evidence I'm supposed to be presenting to? I'm supposed to present to another one? There's no need to investigate any further? Well, I mean, if those two were all messed up, does that mean that we should probably check out the other ones too, just in case? No? Okay. Gosh dang it. I was thinking maybe that could have been a thing too. Like, hey, let's investigate the other ones. Maybe there's something else in there too. Present to that one? Gosh dang it. I feel like I was going to try all the same things again, but just with this one now instead. Judge Courtney, don't you have a problem with that statement just now? What? Should I have a problem with it? Exactly. Because there's no problem at all. What the heck? In that case, you should have refrained from speaking in the first place. No, I don't think that left a good impression. Oh, come on. Did I deserve a penalty for that kind of humor? Jeez Louise, I see how it is. Oh my gosh. I just don't know. I just don't know. This is really awful. I'm gonna lose my entire bar, and it's gonna be the most awful thing to ever happen ever. The Angel's recipe book? No. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, and guys, dang it everything, dang it all. I'm not sure anymore. What is what? What is anything? Yeah. There is no need to investigate any further. Or is there? This? Nope. I don't know the answer. Here comes another game over. Here comes another episode with a lot of mistakes. I think I'm gonna make a cut after this and just, you know, go through everything really quickly because... Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Because I don't want to waste this entire episode just presenting things randomly. Okay. Do I want to go back to this one or go back to this one? How about the rock salt lamp? Nope. That's unfortunate. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. To come this far only to lose the truth. But it seems there's nothing I can do now. That's unfortunate. Why is there nothing you can do now? Thus the truth was lost for all eternity. Boom. Case closed. Alrighty, everyone. I'll be right back, I think. Yeah, alright. I'll be right back. I'm gonna present some stuff and, you know, hopefully I'll be right. Be right back! Okay. Why? Why is that the answer? Ah, come on. And also, that was literally the first thing I presented after making the cut. I think that was like a 15-second cut, maybe 20 seconds of even that. I don't even know. It was a short cut though. I was like, oh, okay, be right back. 20 seconds later, oh, here's the answer. What? Gosh dang it. There is still one piece of evidence from the IA-7 incident that remains unsettled. I'm almost curious if I even want to make a cut right now, because it's just like, just to show how quickly I found the answer. Like, oh, okay, well, there you go. Take a look at this. This is the forensic results from the Gemini sculpture that melted in the Winter Palace. According to the results of the analysis, traces of someone's blood were found. Who does this blood belong to? Until we know the answer, this case is still open. Is that really gonna make any difference? I thought we already assumed it was Dover. There was blood mixed in with the remains of the Gemini sculpture. I heard nothing of this from Sebastian. Oh, geez, I wonder why. Oh my gosh, little Mr. Incompetent didn't know that there was anything about blood in the Gemini sculpture. Wow, who would have guessed? This was a report from Detective Gumshoe. I had planned to tell Mr. DeBest myself. So even though you had no investigative authority, you still did as you please. I shall report anything that transpired today to the PIC. Oh my gosh, shut up. I freaking hate you. Oh my gosh, you're the worst person ever. Like, geez, we found something that you couldn't find, and it's like something like, oh, you know what? We're gonna report you to the authorities for this. Like, what the freaking heck? Are you kidding me? Not the authorities, but the PIC. You know, I swear, she gets on my nerves right now. She's like, we're trying to get the truth here, and she's like, you have no right to find the truth. I will not avert my eyes from the truth, nor shall I overlook the mistakes of the past. Exactly, Edgeworth, you tell her. ... If you wish to report my actions to the PIC, be my guest. But in exchange, I want you to let me investigate this case to the very end. It is not my place to decide such things. It seems like it is your place to decide such things, considering you're the one telling us all this stuff. I must ask that you check with Sebastian regarding this matter. Hey, good news, you guys. I came back from the elevator. Thanks to our early detection, Mr. Gustavia's life was saved. Oh. Mr. Gustavia.
So he's alive.
Oh my gosh, he's blowing up the thing again. Would you be the ones who saved my life? Hey, Mr. Gustavia. You are. So assistant, are you not? You've grown so big. This time, this one is your assistant then. No, I'm...
Hehehe. He's an assistant candidate and Gregory Edgeworth's son.
I am Miles Edgeworth, a prosecutor. What a twist of fate. I am in your debt, and it is thanks to you that I have completely recovered. There's no need for thanks. Since you're alive, we can reach the truth behind the incident 18 years ago. What do you speak of?
While you were unconscious, the truth has started to come to light. You may be Isaac Dover's murderer.
What? Really? This Hall was looking for the criminal behind the events of 18 years ago. That's why she set up the poison gas in the Pisces case. ... Mr. Gustavia, the events of the incident 18 years ago. Tell us what really happened. ... So you wish to remain silent?
Nah, I think he's just meditating. He can sleep standing up? What a useful skill to have.
Meditation is different from sleeping, though.
That is true. Mr. Gustavia, please tell us what happened, what you did 18 years ago.
No. I'm the criminal because I fell for the trap. That's not a very funny joke. I'm a victim, not a culprit.
Mr. Gustavia, it has not yet been made clear whether or not you are the criminal. This is only their baseless speculation. Do not concern yourself with the dribble over the prosecutor without jurisdiction.
No. At least there is one person here who understands.
My name is Justine Courtney. I am a judge. If you would like, I would be happy to assist you. Let us show Prosecutor Edgeworth the truth of 18 years ago.
Understood. I shall prove my innocence to you, Sir Prosecutor. Judge Courtney, is that your answer? Do you intend to bury the truth of the IA-7 incident before it can be brought to light?
Yes, because I hate the truth. I merely believe in the judgments of the goddess of law.
You have no right using the word judgment, my gosh. Ultimately, those who render judgment are only human. As long as humans can— well, I've seen some half-elves that have rendered judgment a few times, but you know, as long as the humans control the law, there is no guarantee that every verdict is correct. If you are going to help conceal the truth, I will not hold back.
I'm looking forward to it.
Lady Justine, what should I do now?
We're being suspected because you set out the poison gas. Can you tell us the reason? Why you opened the Pisces case?
Understood. I came to Sir Dover's works from 18 years ago. However, I accidentally entered the museum a half hour before it opened. Miss Hall, there was nobody at the entrance, correct?
Since I thought the criminal from 18 years ago might be coming, I had no security guards in place. I didn't even lock the doors. I was very busy with opening preparations, so there was nobody on the first floor. In addition, I locked every palace door, aside from the autumn one.
I see. This must have been done in order to lure the criminal to the Autumn Palace. Which is why he ended up entering the Autumn Palace.
It's already suspicious that he snuck into the museum in the first place. The gallery should remain silent. Unless you have evidence that can prove his testimony false, I will not allow any objections. Gallery? This isn't even a courtroom! Now then, why did you open the Pisces case?
I wish to view Sir Dover's handiwork up close. The Gemini sculpture. No, it was actually the Pisces, wasn't it? The lid had been frozen shut, so I borrowed a burner to open it. But as soon as I opened the lid, poison gas began pouring out. That's quite a convenient testimony.
It sounds like a total lie, doesn't it? There are parts of Mr. Gustavia's testimony that I have issues with as well. Really? You actually have issues with his testimony? I am actually shocked. I thought you would have found like his testimony to be
flawless and foolproof. Like, there's that proved his innocence, no doubt about it. I am honestly in shock about that. However, there is no evidence to disprove it. What? That's...
Would it not make sense for suspicion to fall on Lady Catherine before myself?
I mean, I admit I kind of agree with you on that one, but still, I mean, I don't know. We'll see, we'll see.
She may have intended to release the poison gas, hasn't.
Kate turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She was specifically targeting the person who triggered the trap. Mr. Gustavia, you were here her only target.
You are willing to accept the words of this criminal as the truth. Miss Hall must atone for her crimes. However, the same can be said for the criminal from 18 years ago.
Well, technically neither of them can atone because the statute of limitations is ended. So, I mean, unless both of these two ended up leaving the country or whatever, you know, this stuff is possible comments during trial. If possible comments during trial, the countdown is stopped until the verge is reached and resumes. I mean, you know, stuff like that. I don't freaking know. That's why I'm confused.
So, prosecutor, it seems you wish to suspect me to the bitter end. However, I have no reason to murder Sir Dova. If there is no evidence to suggest that I killed him, you cannot suspect me. Ugh.
Mr. Edgeworth, can't you prove that Mr. Gustavia is the criminal?
All we know for sure is that Mr. Gustavia fell victim to the poison gas. No matter how strange his behavior was, it won't prove he committed the murder.
But that's... Mr. Shields, is there nothing we can do? Well, if there isn't any evidence, we should try reorganizing the facts. If Mr. Gustavia is the one who killed Mr. Dover, there must have been a motive.
Motive? Mr. Gustavia himself is denying that such a motive exists.
Motive for murder? Gustavia claims he has no motive to murder Dover. It's not easy to take another person's life. 18 years ago, your old man also discussed motive with Prosecutor von Karma.
You claim the collaboration is irrelevant. If Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover's relationship had turned sour.
Partnership turned sour. Gustavia helped Dover with his final desserts, but Dover didn't help.
It could serve as a motive for murder.
We couldn't talk with Mr. Gustavia 18 years ago, but this time things are different. If we connect everything we've learned so far, the truth might be revealed.
Yes, I suppose so. It seems I must re-examine the information from 18 years ago. I must recall all the details that have remained unexplained.
So the glove finger marks on the picture frame was your doing.
At least you denied leaving the finger marks on the frame. They were left by Mr. Gustavia. He may have been trying to view the angel's recipe.
Was Angel's recipe his goal? Was Gustavia's goal to review the Angel's recipe? I still think they should have compared the finger size. I mean, if you get no fingerprints, maybe finger size would be able to tell them something. Who knows? I don't freaking know.
Monsieur Master asked me to change the film on the camera. It seemed the film he prepared in advance wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough film?
It seems the number of photos he took didn't match up with the amount of film remaining.
Remaining film? The amount of film on the camera decreased? Did someone use it?
Well, he told me himself it might have been just a mistake, though.
The information my father collected 18 years ago was certainly not for naught.
Not for naught?
If there is no evidence, then I shall use logic to reveal the truth.
Gustavia claims he has no motive to murder Dover. Gustavia helped Dover, but with his final desserts, but Dover didn't help? Was Angel's recipes? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He wanted to take pictures of the Angel's recipe!
If he had photographed the contents of the Angel's recipe, he wouldn't need to steal it. Perhaps Mr. Gustavia used Mr. Master's camera to take the pictures.
If he had stolen the actual recipe book, the police would have found out. I see. Pictures, eh?
The problem is the time at which he entered Mr. Master's room.
Mr. Gustavia could have moved around freely during the afternoon tea, right? Because it seems both him and Mr. Dover did not participate in the afternoon tea. Afternoon tea, Dover and Gustavia did not participate in the afternoon tea.
If I remember correctly, the only time we can prove that Dover was still alive is...
The victim was not seen, as he stayed locked up in his room after the contest had begun. The only one who could have unlocked the locked rooms was Jeff Master.
I just kind of realized something. I forgot to make a mark at when I'm supposed to end this episode. I'll just say, well, it was like 25. It was like 20 seconds. I'll just say it went that time. All right, there we go. Was Master's desserts all that you ate?
Actually, no! After the afternoon tea, I also ate icy desserts.
After the contest began, Isaac Dover was locked up in his room. If we assume he was killed at some point before Delicia snuck into his room, then there was a high chance that he was killed before the afternoon tea was over.
Well, I mean, Dover and Gustav did not participate. I mean, I don't think it had anything to do with anything yet. So I'll go with these two first. Oh yeah!
Mr. Gustavia, you collaborated with the victim, Isaac Dover, to create your desserts, didn't you? Oh, it seems you know about my secret. Mr. Shields told me about it. Mr. Dover handled the design, while you were in charge of the taste, is that correct? No. Back then, my training had been insufficient. It seems you worked together through the semifinals, but not during the finals. Why is that? We both wish to compete in the finals against Sir Master, on our own merits. Objection! You must have also helped with Isaac Dover's dessert even during the finals. Which makes you able to declare something like that. Didn't you tell Prosecutor Von Karm about yourself 18 years ago? That you cooperated until the day before the finals? The sculptures in Mr. Dover's room were all made out of sherbet. Such an amount would most likely need to be left out overnight to freeze. Which means Mr. Gustavia prepared Mr. Dover's sherbet in advance the day before.
That's right. So you realize Gustavia's cooperation ended the day before the finals.
Then why did Mr. Dover not help Mr. Gustavia in return?
Objection.
I like how there's an objection even in flashback land. Like, what the heck?
The views of the dead are of no concern to me.
Why did Isaac Dover not help you in return? Oh, yeah, I'm going Gregory. Why did Isaac Dover not help you in return? No. If there was a reason why your partnership with Isaac Dover broke down, that would be a motive for murder. That could be a possibility. However, Sir Dover and I ended our partnership peacefully.
A peaceful breakup? That's hard to imagine.
Not to mention, it's absurd to think that I killed Sir Dover in Mr. Master's room. Sir Master's room. I couldn't have killed Mr. Dover while Mr. Master was also there, making his desserts.
Timing of Dover's murder, Gustavia could not have murdered Dover while Master was in the room. That's true?
In other words, there is no way I could have committed the murder. That's not true. If there was a moment when Mr. Master was absent from the room, I could prove that it was possible for Mr. Gustavia to commit the murder.
Well, that's literally all we got left, so... Prepare yourself for afternoon tea, Mr. Gustavia.
Isaac Dover was alive until the afternoon tea began. Ergo, that is the only time when Gustavia could have killed Dover.
Did he really need to say ergo in his own mind? Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you satisfied?
Sorry, but I am far from satisfied, because I am finally starting to see the truth behind this case.
Are you saying you have found some evidence to show us that truth?
No, there is no need to present any evidence, since we can just have Mr. Gustavia tell us the truth.
Ah, so this is where you use that, right? Logic chess, right?
Indeed. Mr. Gustavia, there's one thing I want you to tell me. I said, Mr. Gustavia, there is one thing I want you to tell me. What is it? During the finals of the contest, you made your desserts on your own. I wanted to compete for the title of the world's greatest pastry chef on my own merits. If that was truly the case, you would have competed on your own merits from the start. I want you to tell me why it was necessary for you to cooperate with Isaac Dover.
I don't know, because why not? Here we go! Logic chess!
During the contest 18 years ago, Mr. Gustavia collaborated with Mr. Dover. I wonder, what made them decide to cooperate in the first place? That's what I need to draw out from him, but...
4 pieces, jeez.
It seems he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. First, I'll ask about why he collaborated with Mr. Dover. The truth has been hidden for 18 years. That ends today.
Logic chess, begin! Why did you collaborate with Mr. Dover?
Why did you decide to collaborate with Isaac Dover? So Dover and I were already acquaintances even before the contest began. Since he was interested in the contest, we simply decided to enter it together. Joining forces with a sculptor, you weren't confident in your own abilities? You know nothing about me. We want to make great works together.
You can make it on your own?
I will reveal all your lies for what they are.
Well, it didn't look like he was meditating, so I was like, okay then.
Is that all? You bore me with your empty threats, Sir Prosecutor. Gah! I need to be careful not to make careless statements. I must read my opponent's reactions and emotions, and strike with the right words.
Okay, we got it this time. Let's wait and see.
So Dover's son and my own attended the same elementary school. We all got along well from the start. Really? So were you going to share the title of World's Greatest Pastry Chef together?
Wait and see.
My condition may be worsening. I should get back to the infirmary. Wait! I was too passive there.
What? So when he's meditating, attack, and when he's not meditating, don't attack? Alright. That's a little weird. You couldn't make it on your own? No! Wake up, gosh dang it!
As expected, he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way.
I mean, I kind of knew what they were talking about, but I kind of had my reasoning backwards on what to go after and when, apparently. It was backwards, dang it!
Mr. Dover was a sculptor. I doubt he had any interest in the title of World's Greatest Pastry Chef. In that case, where did his true goal lie? Indeed, my goal was the title of the World's Greatest Pastry Chef. However, Sir Dover's goal was the grand prize, the Angel's Recipe. I see. You cooperated because your interests were aligned. But there must have been a reason why your partnership soured. Sir Prosecutor, I am the victim of a poisoning. If you're going to suspect me in this manner, perhaps I'd better return to the infirmary. Wait a moment. In that case, you should end things soon. I am not a patient man. It seems he's trying to leave. I can't let that happen. He's still hiding something. Next, I should ask him about his true goal.
Yeah, we got a full meter back.
I need to keep the pressure on him while being cautious of the time.
Do you want to appear on a piece of cake? Do you have another goal besides the title?
Didn't you have another goal besides the title? The title alone doesn't seem to have much value. How dare the likes of you insult the title of the confectionery artist. My only goal was the title itself. I had no interest in anything else. My dream was to become the world's greatest pastry chef.
Wait and see.
18 years ago, I was lacking in design sense. However, things are different now. Oh? Are you saying you have improved at your craft? Exactly, for I have trained at the Republic of Zhengfa.
Wait and see.
Yes, at that time, I also studied Mr. Master's works. I would often watch his show with my son. So you were studying Mr. Master's work to improve your own skills. If you had his recipes, perhaps it would have been easier for you to become the world's greatest. Perhaps. To a pastry chef, Sir Master's recipes were worth their weight in gold. ...
You're interested in his recipes.
If becoming the world's greatest pastry chef was your goal, you should have also been interested in the grand prize, the angel's recipe. The recipes of the world's greatest pastry chef. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't interested. However, I wouldn't think that simply being interested would be a problem. I wonder about that. The angel's recipe's true nature was not for making desserts, but cures. And all the contest participants should have been aware of that. Looks like I'm getting close. He isn't meditating anymore. Now to slowly but surely drive him into a corner.
Does that mean I have to figure out his new expressions now? Oh gosh.
Next, I'll ask what he planned to use the recipe book for.
Did you know the recipe book's value? Did you intend to make desserts with it?
The angel's recipe. Did you know its true value? Silly question. It contains Sir Master's best dessert recipes. Any pastry chef worth their salt would want it. It seems I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Maybe I should try another line of attack.
Alright, let's do that then.
Did you intend to win the angel's recipe and use it to make desserts? Of course, if I obtained the angel's recipe, I was going to use it in my training. I hear the angel's recipe was worth a lot of money. I don't know the exact details, but that recipe book was much too valuable to be sold.
Is that so? I thought he was gonna meditate anymore. You seem to know a lot about the book.
You seem to know quite a lot about the angel's recipe. It was explained to all the contest participants at the beginning of the contest. In that case, you must know about the recipe book's true nature. That it was not a recipe book for desserts at all. Impressive, Sir Prosecutor. So you know the true nature of the angel's recipe. The angel's recipe. Some have called it the ultimate recipe book. It contained formulas for new medicines that were not yet on the market. You knew the recipes were actually formulas for new medicines. This could be a useful clue.
You know the recipe book's value. Oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna be like using that clue and stuff. You know what the recipes actually are.
You may have studied design in Sang-Fa. However, your skills in lying could use more work. You just said earlier that the angel's recipe contained formulas for medicines. You weren't interested in desserts. You wanted the medicine formulas. ...
Did you need new medicine? You want to become a pharmacist? Probably not. Probably not. Alright. Well... fine. Whatever. I tried. I thought maybe it could have been a possibility. Okay. Now let's present the right one. Did you need a medicine? I probably should have went with that one first. Oh my gosh.
Now, I never learn! Now, why would a pastry chef such as yourself be so interested in medicine? Perhaps what you were really after was the information about the new medicine. No! I've underestimated you, Sir Prosecutor. Yes. My goal was more important than just the title of world's greatest pastry chef. At the time, my son was ill. I need the recipe for the medicine.
Oh my gosh, don't tell me he died.
Your son was ill? Tell me more about that. To protect my son's honor, I can say no more. Judging by the worried look on his face, I must have struck a nerve. Next, I need him to tell me more about his son's illness. This is it. This will be my final move of the game.
What was the name of the illness? What was your son like? Did the recipe book have the only cure?
The angel's recipe had the only cure. Yes, though the medicine is being sold everywhere now. At the time, the recipes book was my own and only option. That's why I continued making my desserts without joining the others for tea time. So you weren't interested in what Mr. Master was making. You sure seem confident in your chances of winning. I couldn't be bothered to pay attention to the other contestants' desserts.
You had interest in Mr. Master's works? Wait and see. ...
My condition may be worsening. I should get back to the infirmary. Oh, wait.
Aw. Well, that was different. The recipe book have the only cure? Did it? You had interest in Mr. Master's works?
You just said earlier that you studied Mr. Master's works. In addition, if your goal was to win the contest in order to get the medicine formula, you must have also been curious about the other contestants' entries as well.
Oh, duh. Yeah, of course.
There was time to sample the other desserts during the contest, but none of their entries had any flavor. So I didn't want to eat any of it. I suspect I may have been a bit nervous as well. So everything he ate tasted flavorless. This could be a useful clue.
What was the name of the illness?
What was the name of your son's illness? Sir Prosecutor, how insensitive of you. My son was seriously ill. I will not be discussing this with the likes of you. It seems I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Maybe I should try another line of attack.
Alright. We'll do the middle one then. What was your son like?
What kind of person was your son? Ah, my boy. He loved the desserts I made. Did you enter the contest solely for your son? Sir Prosecutor, you could never understand the feelings of a father has for his son. I wanted nothing more than to cure my boy's illness.
Wait and see. ...
Until the semifinals, my son would always drop by the contest venue to play. Is that so? Would he get in your way? I doubt you had the time to care for your son while you were challenging Mr. Master. That may be so, but I wanted to grant my son's wish. He said he always wanted to be the first to eat my desserts.
Your son sounds pretty healthy to me.
About your son. If he was so sick, wouldn't it be difficult for him to come and play with you?
No. It's kind of true. That's kind of true, though.
My son's illness wasn't life-threatening. That might serve as a clue.
What was the name of the illness?
Looks like that clue will come in handy.
But the illness wasn't life-threatening.
You told me your son's illness was not life-threatening. Is there really a need to be so secretive about it? ... It was enough to keep him from living a normal life. That must have been difficult for your son. I tried everything I could to cure his illness. It wasn't fair for the poor boy. He could never taste the desserts he loved so much. ...
Was it a taste disorder?
The angel's recipe contains a cure for a certain illness. A remedy that could also cure Mr. Master's taste disorder.
I was kind of hoping that'd be the last one.
What? He had it too? He had it too. I see. So your son suffers from a taste disorder. No, I didn't think you'd figure it out so quickly. In order to cure your son's taste disorder, you need the recipe book. Wasn't that your true goal? No. It is as you say. Based on how he's acted up until now, it appears he is still hiding something. Looks like that clue will come in handy.
Didn't you also have the illness?
Being unable to taste anything, regardless of what you eat. Such a bitter illness. That reminds me, didn't you say something similar earlier? None of their entries had any flavor, so I didn't feel like eating any of it, wasn't it? Perhaps your son wasn't the only one who suffered from a taste disorder.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess the chess piece didn't pop, but his pastry did.
Huh. It's hard to imagine being a successful pastry chef without a sense of taste. Perhaps what you really wanted was to cure yourself. No, that's completely ludicrous. 18 years ago, I made those desserts all by myself.
Didn't you collaborate with Mr. Dover? Must have worked hard then? Oh, I got you now.
It seems you've caught yourself in a contradiction. Didn't you cooperate with Isaac Dover in the contest? You can hardly say you made the desserts all by yourself. No! You must take great pride in your abilities as a pastry chef. but to betray your pride and cooperate with another contestant. You did it all to cure your own disease. Well done, Sir Prosecutor. It's as you say, the one with the taste disorder is not my son. It is I.
Oh. I thought it was both of you. Okay, never mind.
No one knew. I've kept it a secret for 18 years. It doesn't matter how long a secret is kept. If you lie before me, I will expose it. Dane Gustavia and Isaac Dover were both trying to obtain the recipes for the new medicines. Gustavia to cure his condition, and Dover most likely to sell the recipe book for money. For this reason, they entered the contest as a collaborative effort. And with that, checkmate.
But still, why did it go sour? Couldn't they have cooperated, given him the cure? Logic test complete. Couldn't they have given him the cure, and then if Dover wants to freaking sell it, just have him sell it? I mean, I don't know.
No! I have never told this to anyone. Well done. As you say, I developed a taste disorder 18 years ago.
Taste disorder?
It was a severe disorder. I was unable to discern any flavor at all. It's the one illness a pastry chef dreads above all. Those symptoms sound a bit different from Mr. Master's taste disorder.
Mr. Master's condition is known as hypogeusia. It simply causes a decreased sensitivity to certain specific flavors.
I'm sure it has caused Sir Master much pain too. After all, no medication was available to cure it 18 years ago, except the angel's recipe which he was in possession of, which I don't really understand why he didn't cure himself if he had that with him the entire time. In order to cure your taste disorder, you would need Mr. Master's angel's recipe. And that's why you entered the contest, am I correct? That was one of my goals, but I still had my sights on the title of the world's greatest. When it comes to making desserts, I won't lose to anyone. Even without the ability to taste, I still have the utmost confidence in my flavors. Oh? So I presume you also prepared your desserts in the finals with the intent to win? No. That goes without saying. According to what Mr. Shields told us earlier, the evaluation of Mr. Gustavia's entry was...
Up until the semifinals, Mr. Gustavia's flavors and designs were to my liking. Unfortunately, both the taste and appearance of his finals entries left much to be desired.
It seems the dessert you made for the finals was not rated highly in regards to flavor. Mr. Gustavia, you will tell us about how you made your dessert during the finals. Very well. It seems I must teach you upstarts a lesson.
Okay. Desserts for the finals. Alright, I think in the next exciting episode, everyone, I think we'll go on and listen to his testimony. I wasn't really sure how much longer we had in this case. I was continuing to go on to the logic test just in case maybe that was going to be the end of the case right there. But that doesn't appear to be the case. So since it's not the case and we're going to have some more testimony after this, I figure we'll go ahead and do that next time. So everyone, I will see you all later. Oh my gosh. Did Dane Gustavia really do the murder? Did he really do it? Or was Kate actually the culprit all along? It's just a red herring. I do wonder. We'll find out maybe in the next exciting episode, perhaps. Maybe this will be the finale for the case. Maybe it won't be. Who knows? I'll see you later, everyone. Bye!